Hi guys, so today I'm looking forward to do another fairy garden card for you guys. I have the whole collection just still not sitting here. I always try to keep things together. I have to put them in a drawer, and I have a drawer for it, but you know, along with vintage lace and all these other new things that I have coming in, even the tropical bundle I haven't put away yet, but people really had a lot of questions about using this little guy and the fairy door, so I'm gonna use that today. It's called Enchanted Doorway. I did order a few extra things. Okay, so this is now available on crafterscompanion.com. They have a big kit, just like HSN sold the large kit, and they have individual pieces, which was awesome. So I told you guys, if I can get this paper pad, I'm gonna buy it up. So I bought 3 packs, okay? So I have this one, plus I have 3 more on order coming in from Crafters Companion. And I didn't know they had an extra 20% off if you ordered $50 worth of the stuff. So this got me to like $33, because with my discount they were like $11 and change. So I ordered a couple other things for you guys that I'll do a giveaway of, and it's just some of the dies. I know it's the little girl. I think it's some of these guys because I thought these were really cute, and one other or 2 other set things I don't quite remember, but maybe the stamps, I don't remember. But anyway, when that comes I'll definitely do a giveaway. But so I'm gonna use this today, and what's funny about this, I don't know how to use it. I even saw some of the samples from Crafts Companion. I'm like, okay, sometimes they open the door, there's nothing in there. I'm like, okay, that's one way to do it. Maybe there's a sentiment inside. I would like to put the little fairy inside, so I think what I'm gonna do, okay, you know, I have all their Enchanted Christmas and I have their Enchanted Forest, or whatever they called it. So I have a lot of fairy dies, like little silhouette dies, which I think would be really cute. Put them inside here or all around. But it's not in this set, so I want to stick to this, so I'm not going to do that. But what I think I'm going to do is make it so that when you open the door, there's going to be like these little tiny fairy silhouettes inside. I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to figure that out. I do know what I want to do with this door, and we're going to be a little bit extra. We're going to do some inking, and hopefully it works out the way I think it should work out in my mind. I think it will. So we will see, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this gray, and I'm going to do this brown, and with different colors, different tones, and I think it'll work out, hopefully. We will see. What do I have here? Okay, so I have the whole kit. I do want to use maybe the 3D folder. That's why I'm like, I don't know. So I want to use this embossing folder in the background. What I did notice about this is that it does say 2 pieces. I thought it was 1 piece. So what's cool is that we can cut the door. I'll show you when I open it up into your paper. You don't even have to do this outer one. But I thought I wanted a blackout for when you open the door that's not seeing that 3D stuff through there. So you can always use this outer one to do that with, and then plus the outer one to cut the whole doorway out. So I'm gonna have to cut it out completely, and that works out better for me anyway. There's flourishes. I'll probably use some of the little flowers. I already in the last video showed you how I cut out the little gal and colored her, so I don't want to use her again. I'll probably be using this just to put some kind of little sign. I don't know what I'll put on the sign, but it'll be adorable. What I wish is that since they did this, they should have something that cuts out words, because otherwise you're going to have to stamp it. But if you stamp it, this has texture, so you can't really stamp it on there. And then if you put it on another piece of paper, it doesn't look as cute anymore because it's not this wood thing, right? So, I don't know. We will figure it out. Or maybe we just won't do the embossing and still stamp on it. I'll figure it out. So let me grab some paper. Obviously, we have the paper pad. I don't even know if I'll be using the paper pad because there's no real reason for it. I'll probably just grab some pastel colors, other colors that I have from pearlescent papers or other papers. And we will get started. So I have some base papers cut. They are from this huge stack I got a while back from Crafters Companion. I don't know what they sold it as. It's a Centura Pearl 2-sided card pack. I love this stuff. 265 GSM. There's 80 sheets, and it's all kind of girly. And just so you know, it got really damaged on delivery here. But a lot of times we cut into these pieces, so I wasn't really too concerned with that. I am going to use some of the pattern paper. I just don't know what or where for now, so let me put that to the side. So let's discuss this real quick. Card base. We're going to be extra, guys. We are going to do some fun stuff with this. And like I said, I really like this collection, so this is easy for me to do. Not like the Precious Memories album. Some people asked me please not to return it yet, or to keep using the Precious Memories because they want some more ideas, or they want to see it. I might make one more album, guys, and it's not going to be step by step. It's just going to be, you know, kind of having it put together because it's just not my cup of tea. But anyway, this I do love. So we're going to make an easel card, I guess. And I made this really big. So if you don't want this too big, you know, or this size, just cut it down. The 5x7 green paper, again, is from that double-sided cardstock. So pretty. It's 5x7. So you're not going to make it any smaller than this because that's the size of the folder. So let me get this folder out and try to dislodge it from its tape here. So we have our 5x7. Again, just know whenever you use these things, this one doesn't even have a name on it, which is interesting. A lot of times it says Crafter's Companion or Gemini, and then you're supposed to, you know, that should be the back of your embossing that's going to be pushing up into your paper. So I can feel that these little toadstools are coming up, okay? And these are indented. So if your paper has a face to it, like you want a certain face, the embossing to be on this side, make sure that face is facing up. But again, there's no name, so I can't really tell you one side or the other. Just feel for it, and you'll see the bricks are raised up here, so that means it's going to push it up into my paper. I'm going to put it in here, and hopefully this is kind of... See, it says 5x7, but it still hangs out, so there's going to be a part of this that doesn't get any kind of embossing, but that's okay. So I'm going to center it as much as I can. So we're going to run this through, but so that's 5x7. The paper I'm going to layer behind it is this pink, and I cut this at 5.5 by 7.5, so it is a 1/4 inch larger all around. You don't have to do that. If you want it just to be a little sliver larger all around, just make it 7.25 by 5.25, you know? But the base card, basically our card is going to be a 7.5 by 5.5 inch card. And then this is our base that's going to make the easel part of it, okay? So we're going to put this to the side right now. We don't need this. That's just backing this guy up. And we're going to run this through in just a second. I keep not getting it leveled here or centered. Okay, that's better. So for this base card, I did my calculations based on that. I want the card to be 5.5 by 7.5. So another half of the 7.5 for the easel part, for it to come up, is going to be 3 3/4 inches. But then we need which makes it 11.25. But you still need some to stick to the card, right? You need something to stick to the card. If you just did the 3 3/4 and folded it, where are you going to stick the card itself? So this happens to be Crafter's Companion stamping paper, which I really like. It's nice and thick. And it is European sizes, so it's an A4 size card. Yes, or a piece of paper. So it's almost 12 inches, not quite 12 inches. So if you were doing this with American paper, you cannot do this with the sizing I'm giving you with your 8.5 by 11 paper, because you need it to be longer than that. So you're going to need, you know, your 12 by 12 paper so you can cut the length right. Now I would just cut it 12 inches, so 5.5 by 12 if this was a 12 by 12 piece of paper, because you're going to do the same thing. So let's not get confused. Doesn't matter what size paper you have, as long as it's 5.5 wide, and then as long as, you know, your A4 or your other paper would be. So I have this on my inches side. And we are going to crease it at 7.5, right? So 7.5, this stuff is super thick. I'm going to do a couple. And then you're going to also make a mark at 11.25, which is a bummer for me because this isn't 12 inches wide like my Martha Stewart or my Score Pal, so I'm not going to pull that out now. So what I'm going to do is just line it up over here, like acting like this is the beginning of this thing, and from here you're gonna mark it at 3 3/4. Okay, if you had the big old Score Pal, you would mark it at 7.5 and at 11.25. Okay, 7.5, 11.25, and you're good to go. Whatever's left over, that's what you're gonna use to stick to your card front too. Okay, so don't worry about it. This measurement at the end does not matter. As long as you have some lip, that's what you need. So that's what I'm saying. Just follow the score marks, and that doesn't matter what's left over. So again, 7.5, 11.25. But since I don't have this, I'm gonna do 7.5, move it down, and then I'm gonna do 3 3/4. So I have a small lip. If you're using a 12 by 12 piece of paper and you have 5.5 by 12, it's gonna be bigger, obviously. And fold it however you like. So I'm gonna fold this forward. This paper is really thick. And this piece is going to stay like this, but we are going to go ahead and crease it. That way it's easy to use it in a little bit. Okay, so that's that. This is our base card, and like I said, this pink piece will go right over. See, it fits nicely. And then our green piece will go over that, and then our little house and all that will go over that, so the door. So let me put these things to the side because we don't need this right now. We will need it in a second because I'm going to also die cut the very bottom of the white piece of card. But for now, let's turn on our Gemini, or whatever you're using. And for this, I just need my plates. And I'm gonna run that through. Oh, see? This happened the other day. Stop, 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 stop. It's too thick. See, this is funny. I'm telling you, just the case-by-case basis. So I'm gonna take that off and just use the plastic shim. So just the other day when I made my Precious Memories album, I was able to run it through a 3D folder and it was fine. with the 2 plates, but this one does not want to go, so I'm just gonna use a plate and the shim like I showed you. So weird. Well, it's not weird, it just depends. Ooh, and it did not do a very good job, so let's do this again. Hopefully I line that up. We're gonna do plate, metal shim, plastic shim. That gives it a little more thickness. Let's try it again. And that's going. So you kind of have to play with it. I still haven't figured out this Gemini Junior that I have. Every machine's slightly different depending on how it got calibrated. So we'll see if this is good enough. That is much better. And for now, I'm going to say that's good enough, but it should be a little bit deeper. I wonder if I can run it through again now with the 2 plates. Let me see. Because now that the paper's been smashed down, it might let me. And I'm going to put it at an angle too, so maybe that might help. Let's try it again. Nope. It does not want that at all. Okay. Well, that's as good as it's going to get for me, I guess. Maybe I can use this instead of the metal plate, huh? I want to get it a little bit deeper, guys. Let me try this magnetic shim. And... okay, that's going. Sounds like it's struggling a little bit, so that might be good. Might give us a better impression. I did not expect to have to do those many sandwiches, but here we are. That better do it. Oh yeah. Okay, that did it. Which is actually kind of good. See, the paper's still a little bit buckled. So what happens is, you know, it's learning the paper and then it goes in. Sometimes it's a good thing to start off lower anyway, just so you don't get so much of that buckling. But look how pretty it is on the back. Actually, that's really cute too, the back side. But we're using this side, so let me put this to the side. Actually, yeah. No, let's go ahead and assemble the base card since we're here and using the Gemini already. So we're gonna need this. I'm not gonna need things from days ago. Actually, that was from yesterday. Okay. So we're bringing back our base card. I'm going to die cut into the very bottom of the card with the little edgeable, just this flower bed edge. So you can use this lots of different ways. I'm going to just run it across the bottom. And I was going to do colored paper also and die cut it, but I think I'm just going to leave it stark white and then put a piece of pattern paper up. I just didn't know what size it was going to end up being, so I didn't pull out that paper yet. But let's blade down. So the back of the card is going to be, you know, obviously, it's going to have some shape to it. Oh, let's just make sure that's straight. I'm going to put a piece of tape, and I'm going to tape it in this direction, because I know that's going to come off anyway, this piece, so if it rips, that's fine. So we're going to run this through. Magnetic, plastic shim, plate, and let this hang out to the back. And that one doesn't look like it has any embossing to it because it's just what it is. I'll show you what I mean by now. It's like one thick die. There's nothing to emboss. I guess you can maybe emboss the edge a little bit just so it pushes in, but that's about it. What happened here? Okay. The magnet actually worked. Usually it's very weak and doesn't stick to it. But let's see if that even cut through. Did that cut through? Yeah. Maybe I should have added the metal shim. But at the end of this, all we're going to do is just cut this very little piece to release that. And on the other edge too. So again, you know, if you want, I'll pop out all those pieces in just a minute. Whatever. If you wanted to then back this with another piece of paper behind it, you know, that's up to you. I'm just going to leave it nice and free edge like that, so I don't think it'll be cute. All right. I am going to try and do this and not mess this up. So let's use some glue because this thing has a lot going on that makes it bumpy, so it might be harder to stick down with a runner. So I'm going to use a wet glue. Ooh. And I'm probably going to put something on it to hold it flat while I glue it down. And this will give me a little time to work with it to get it matted right. But like I said, see, that is quite a bit extra all around the edges. It just depends. Maybe if you want to do another mat in between this one and this one, that's up to you. I'm not the biggest on matting too much, you know. feel like it needs to go over a little bit this way. That's pretty good. Okay, and this piece, I'm going to use a tape runner just so it's quick, but actually I'm going to use, where's my little tape? No, okay, I'll use a tape runner just because I have one in front of me, but I would try to use something sturdier. I would use wet glue and just let it sit until I was ready to use it. But we're only putting on that little tab that we had extra, right, guys? That little tab area. So close this up and bring over your paper and line it up at the very top, basically. If you can see what you're doing, you want it nice and straight, left to right and top to bottom. I can see that's not straight, and there we go. I'm not going to push it down too hard right now, but that is going to make your easel, okay? So like I said right now, because my glue is drying, I just want to show you real quick. It's going to come up like this, and then you have an easel card with a perfect halfway mark, and then we're going to have a little stopper here, which I think might be the sign. I don't know where else I have to put the sign. This is so small. The doorway die is like 4 inches and some, and this is 5.5 across, so I don't know that I'll be able to put the sign in there, but let's put this to the side. Like I said, I'm going to put something with some weight on top of it to keep the paper flat, and so I'm just going to leave it there. I just put the other dies that I had sitting here on top of it. Little packs of dies. So now we will move on to, let me get this tape off of here, to doing our doorway, which maybe I should have started with. I don't know. I just want to get the card done. Okay. Really cute. Cut pretty well. I think maybe like next time I'll use the metal shim. Okay, doorway. Where is it? Okay, here it is. That's like the most important thing. I can't find it. Or what we're here for, right? So I have another piece of stamping paper that I've used before. And I'm just going to remove the doorway die. And I am going to completely cut it out. Like I said, you could cut this into your card because we have the outline. You could just cut this into your card and this part won't cut out, but the little door opening will. So you can just put it right into your card, which would be really cute. Maybe even looking into the card itself, right? You know, the inside of the card. Ooh, this is, you guys, I don't think I'm going to stick this back on here because that is scary. Oh my gosh. Look, it bent. I don't know if you can see that. How's the lighting going? Lighting situation's not my best. This is scary. Oh my gosh. I definitely do not stick that back onto that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to cut this out. I have it face down. I have this face down. I just want to see where I need to cut this paper just to cut it down a little bit because it's too big anyway, I'm sure, to go into my machine. And that's good. Wow. Be very careful when you remove that thing. That was scary. And I'm going to tape this just so that it doesn't move. You can cut out the middle and then cut out the outside or cut them however you want at separate times. You know what? I don't want to put too much tape there. Ugh. Let me put it down here, hopefully. Because we are going to rubber emboss this, so just know that. Ooh, that was scary. I'm going to put one more piece of tape up at the top just so it doesn't move too much. Okay. So there's that. There's that. Oh, my mailman. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to use everything just to get a really good impression. I think that was the mailman. He left, so that's good. And then I don't have to go answer the doors. I'm saying... Ooh, that was a pretty tight sandwich. I probably did not need the metal mat this time, but that's okay. Ooh, Lord. Okay, well, that's cut out. And sticking to this for some reason. Okay. Now we're going to remove, oops, see, there goes that. Ay, metal shim fell. We're going to remove the magnetic shim. We're going to bring back the rubber embossing mat. And basically, the die is face down into the embossing mat. But I'm going to flip it back over. It doesn't really matter. You just need the rubber embossing mat near the paper, right? The die, so it can do its thing. And then I also have the plastic mat there, plastic shim. If you really want a better impression, then, you know, go ahead and put it in your metal shim. Do not put the magnetic shim and the rubber mat together at the same time. It's too thick. It's not going to work. And And that's just a rule of thumb from Crafter's Companion. They always say use one black mat, but the the rubber shim is purple now, so it used to be black. And then the magnetic shim used to be black also, so that's what they said, use one black one at a time. I'm trying to see. I don't think that's good enough still. Did not work. Okay, let's do it again. On this side it looks okay, but when I actually look at the paper on this front side, it's not really embossed that great. So I'm gonna do it again, and I'll be right back. But I am gonna run it through with this facing the other way because it's getting kind of warped, with my metal shim, and this guy. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run it through. It just came out, but that also gave me time to get my inks ready. I don't really know exactly which inks I'm using, but let's see. Okay, so let's see if that. Oh man. Ooh, let's see here. This paper looks like it's a little worse for the wear. Let's see here. I might have to cut this out again and then just do it right the first time, you know what I'm saying, with the more pressure, because it looks like I might have torn the thing. Hopefully not. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, well, I might just stick it down. Oh, that's a bummer. I might have to just redo this, guys, but I'll redo it with the same pressure thickness the first time so it doesn't have to be going through so many times. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to run it through again because look at it ripped down here. So I'm going to run it through again with the higher pressure, you know, cutting it, higher pressure, embossing it, and then that way it's not going to be messed with so much, right? So I'll be right back with a new one of these guys and we'll get it inked up. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see. It did it again, I think. Yep. Okay, well, this time it didn't tear all the way through, but not good. Maybe what I would say is if you're going to do it again, you know, with the embossing, which obviously you want to do, I would take off this steel, the outside frame, because that's really what's kind of pushing against the thing and then cutting it too. So maybe if you remove the outside frame and just run it through with the inner frame, we'll be better off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only that one pushing through here, but it's a little better. Oh my gosh. Woo. It's just so thin, but we're just gonna have to glue it down and hope for the best. So that's what my advice would be. So when you go to rubber emboss it, go ahead and just remove this frame and only rubber emboss with this going through, and maybe that'll help. So I'm gonna put that down. That's a bummer, but oh well. The other way, it just didn't get a good embossing. I guess that's the other thing. If you don't care and the embossing's kind of weak and you're okay with that, then that's, you know, up to you. So I have these grays that start off with Smoke Plume, Misty Morning, and Twilight Gray. And then I have these darker, or browns that have Fire Brown, Sandstorm. I'm just pulling them open as I go through. And then Seal Brown. So I want to do brown door, gray outside. But maybe I'll start with Misty Morning, the mid color, and then just top it with a little bit of that darker gray. I think is what I'm going to do. And I'll probably do the same thing with the brown, like the mid and dark brown. I don't know. We'll see. So Twilight Gray. No. Which one did I just... I'm trying to see which one's darker. Let's get this receipt. I can press it here. Ooh, that's really dark. So Twilight Gray, super dark, and they're both pretty dark. Alright, so I'm going to start with Misty Morning. What I'm going to do is take just a scrap piece of paper and put it between the rock, what's supposed to be rock, and the door, okay? And then I'm gonna switch that around for when I need to do the brown door. So Misty Morning, and then I just found this thing. I decided we should try it out. The Vicky Button, or however she says her name, blender, only because I couldn't find my little refills to go in with my Crafter's Companion blending tool. So I'm just gonna hold it there. I'm going to dab into this lighter one and starting off the edge, just give it some color. And this basically this is how I'm going to make this gray and how I'm going to make the door brown. And again, I'm starting off the edge. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Actually, this might be good enough just to do it like this. Because look, it's getting some variation in color just from the way I'm using the sponge. I just wanted some lightness and some dark, you know? I'm holding it very carefully. And then when I get down here, let's do this very carefully. Oh, see? Don't want that to move. Let's hold that down. So cute. Okay, and then I'm going to color this Oh, the bottom of the door again. Hold that down. Keep telling myself. Okay, my little doorway. Let's see what happens if we get a little bit of the dark gray. I'm just gonna go just gently over the top. Like, I'm not pushing down, I'm just kind of running over the top of it with that. Just to get some variation in the bricks, okay? So that's good. Now I'm gonna take it out, and then I'm going to cover the gray part and only leave the brown part sticking out. And I think I am gonna go with the lighter brown to begin with, which would be Sandstorm, just to see how it starts off. I'm not gonna use this part that I use the gray. Oh, be careful here. Let me see. I have another receipt, something I'm gonna hold it here, okay? Yeah, this is pretty brown already. I'm basically using this to color. I'm not trying to distress. I'm trying to color the thing with this. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. So that's kind of why I wanted to get a really good embossing, because we need that detail. And this is the water reactive dye, so what's nice about that is that it blends well. So right now, even though I missed a part when I came back, there's not really like a harsh line there, because it just blends. And then I'm going to take Seal Brown, which is the darkest one, and I'm going to be careful with it. And just roll it. I really want it on this door hinges. So cute. And then maybe the doorknob. Okay, just kind of run it wherever you think you want to run a little darker brown. Okay, so we are not done die cutting, so that's it for that door, I think. I did get a little brown on there. If I wanted to touch that up, I could have, but there it is. Pretty cute. I guess if you wanted to, you can kind of come in and just do the edges a little nicer. Okay, so I'm going to run that base dye through this one. Again, in a color that I want for like the inside of the house. And I don't know if I wanted to do, I was thinking about yellow because I thought, well, it looked like it's lit up from the inside, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. I might just, well, if I do black, then I can't stamp the fairies. It might be a yellow. We'll have to, let me go look at my paper stash and see what color yellow, but I'm just gonna run this through so I can layer it behind this. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I did go with yellow. It's kind of bright. You know, we can tone it down, maybe run over, you can distress it with like another ink or something. Do a little background pattern, that'd be cute too. I'm just gonna use the little fairies and basically stamp them wherever I feel like. I guess I use this big old block even though they're small. So let's open this up. And we are almost done, but not really, because we still have to make a sign and we still have to do maybe some little flowers on the outside too. I don't know how extra we want to be, but I would do these one at a time. And I also want to see if I can put one in the doorway or in the little window, you know what I'm saying? So let's say this one looks like she's flying a little bit. Well, they're all kind of in flying, so that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up. This is just some black finesse. But see how it's not super pigmented because it's an acrylic stamp. So I'm just going to kind of remember that I want it like here. Try to put her there. Ew, see, it's a little bit grainy because it's an acrylic stamp. It's not a photopolymer stamp, so it's just going to look like that. And you can put the same one here and there, but I'm just going to switch her out. Or another little fairy, and then maybe this one here. So cute. And if you don't like the way it was inked, if you use a Misty, obviously you can ink it again, or a stamping tool. Or you can just come in with a black pen, and that works too. Just kind of fill it in, or like your Spectrum Noir markers, that also helps. So we're going to put it like this, so I'm going to open the door. You have your little fairies in there kind of floating around. So it's just an idea. As I said, I was like, oh, what do you put in there? Nothing? I've seen cards that they open it up and there's nothing. But that feels weird. Okay. So we are going to glue this down, and let's be careful. And I am going to use this glue because I like it better than some other glues. I'm going to go around the edge if it wasn't closed up. Okay. So very edge. Trying not to get it too close to the door, especially on the open edge of the door. But at the same time, you do want it to hold down. So let's just get it here as much as I can. And then maybe for that very bottom, since it's kind of fine, I will bring out my tacky glue that I have in this dispenser. Oh, yeah, my mailman, he left a Crafter's Companion package. I'm like, ah. So I wanted to haul it here, but I'm like, no, I guess I'll just do a separate video, even though it's kind of a small package. It might just be supplies. Sometimes I just order supplies, so it's not like the most exciting order. I am waiting for the little peekaboo stamps, though. And what else did I order from them? Oh, I also ordered the dimensional box dies from them instead of getting them on HSN. So, okay, so I'm just going to hold this down until it's nice and dry. And then we'll almost be ready to assemble it. But like I said, we want to make... I'm just going to put this down over here. And when I say put weight on it like this, I just have this stamp, so I'll just put that on there just to kind of hold it down. Okay, yeah, one last thing. Is our sign, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I should cut this out of white paper too and color it, because, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just cut it out of a light brown paper. Let's see what this looks like when we cut it out. So I want to see how much of this embossing will be there, and then if you can actually stamp a sentiment over it still, right? So let me find some paper that we should cut this out with, and I'll be right back. I have a piece of craft paper here. This is more brown than craft. It's from Hobby Lobby, so I guess that's just how it looks. I don't know. It's a little bit darker than most craft papers. So let's go ahead and cut this out. Hope you guys are liking the project. I wanted to do a lot of things on purpose so that you would see a lot of the items at work. But normally I don't go this extra. You guys know I don't. So I'm just gonna put that and the magnetic shim and the plastic shim just to get a good cutout. I guess you could rubber emboss it and do it that way. I think I'm gonna leave it flat because, like I said, well, I'm gonna stamp directly on it. And so I think what I'll do is take some of that brown inks that we've been using, distress it a little bit, right through the die. I don't know why I put this on my lap. I guess I'm here to show you guys like I've been doing. Oh, I was like, oh, duh. It's gone. Okay, it's right here. And it already got some embossing anyway, look. Because I used all 3 of those shims, so it's really, really cute. Aww. Okay. And maybe I'll just use some of that light brown. Let's see what we got. Friar, Sandstorm. I guess we're gonna have to go with Friar. That's the middle brown color. And I'm just gonna hold this down and just kind of push this in here. Actually, I don't know how else to really get in there. Hopefully it's enough color to go through. I guess I can take a little peek. I did a little bit of distressing, not too much. And that's kind of what I wanted, just a little something. Cute. Okay, we could go a little more, but I'm gonna, well, okay. I'm gonna leave it for now, but I would have liked to distress it more. I don't want to mess it up and line it up and have it be wrong again, or not wrong again. And where's my black ink? Oh, here it is. And let's find a sentiment that we want to use. And let me put away these little guys before I lose them myself. That girl there. So again, sometimes, you know, people have different tricks of making these things more so that the ink sticks to them better. Like take like a soft, what's this thing called? A buffer. This one's not really that, you know, critical here. It's not gonna scratch it up too bad, but you do that and it takes off like some of that surface so that the ink sticks to it better, so it stamps better. But I liked Fairies Gather Here at Dusk. That's the one I thought was cute, but there's lots of cute sentiments on here. And I'm going to ink that up. Let me put that die away. Hopefully I'm in frame. Okay. So a lot of times with words, it's easier to get them inked up and not have it run off like the dots do with everything else. Oh, should we do it straight or should we do a little bit crooked? I think a little bit crooked would be cute. And hopefully I went really fast from the ink pad to this so that way it stamped really nicely. So I did that crooked on purpose. Maybe I didn't do it crooked enough on purpose, but look how cute. Fairies gather here at dusk. And since we're still here and we still have this brown, and since I'm not super happy with how distressed this is, I'm gonna get more brown ink and go around the little edges here. You know what's funny about this sponge? I think it's meant more for spreading than it is for distressing, isn't it? Because it gets a lot of ink. Look at that. It picks up a lot of ink. I'm really gonna get the stick going because I don't know why. That good? Maybe a little more over the top, just to get some of that distressing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use as the stopper, to be honest, so hopefully that works out. Let me gather my thoughts and think about what else I might need to cut, and we're going to get this put together. Okay, guys, so here's everything. Hopefully, I got everything I needed. A lot of times I'll come back and I'm like, oh, nope, need something else. All right, we have glues, we have dimensionals, we have lots of stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna start with the inside of the card just to put this down. This paper is adorable, but I was like, oh, I love this, I wanna use it, but I'm like, well, does it really coordinate? And when I turned it over, hey, the back side, it looks perfect with the pinks. So I'm gonna use that side. If you want to distress things, go ahead. So I measured this inside and it's about 5.5 inches by 5.25. So for this to matte in here and to look nice, I cut down my paper to 5.25 by 5, okay? So I'm just gonna put this in here. Again, you can then do another white piece just so you can write a sentiment or whatever you wanna do. I know a lot of times we make these cards and then it's like, oh, there's no, no place to put anything, which you can write on the back, I guess, you know, it just depends. But with this one, you can easily just add another matte in there. And I'm just gonna leave it white because I like the way it looks, kind of clean. Again, we could have distressed all of this stuff, right? Distress everything, or add some ink, however you'd like to do it. I'm gonna leave that there for now just to kind of hold that down. And on this front side, we are gonna just glue this guy down. I would say it's kind of a bummer because it takes up a lot of this room. If it didn't, I would put this in here too somewhere, but I don't know. I guess it could go on the front, but see how it's hanging off the side? Like, it just doesn't, it's not gonna work for me. So for right now, I'm going to put this here. You can put it wherever you want. You don't have to follow the frames of the card. And I did say maybe I'm going to add some flowers, but is that too much stuff? Yeah. I thought I was almost done, but I did want to use some of the little flowers. I'll have to think about it. I think I might just leave it like this for now. Let me look at these flourishes and see what these look like, just to add a little more dimension. Where are they? Flourishes. Okay. Hold on. They are here somewhere. Here they are. You know what I'm saying? Add a couple of these in the background. Okay, I'm going to cut a couple of these out in some different colors. Again, just run them through the machine like I normally would, you know, same sandwich, maybe with the metal plate and the plastic shim and the magnetic shim and the 2 cutting plates, and I'll be right back. I'm telling you, if you can get this pearlescent cardstock, get it. It just like cuts so nicely. It just pops right out. Let me see. This one did. Maybe I should cut 3 green ones. We'll see. Sometimes I like having like an odd number of things, so I might either use 2 of the green ones, 1 beige. I cut out some beige ones or whatever. This other one popped out for me earlier. Now I have to push it out, but that's okay. So I have that little guy and this little guy. So pretty. And of course you can cut these. You can, you know what I'm saying, fidget with it if you don't like the style or if it's too much. What I want to do is use it like little vines, like something cute. I don't know. We'll see. So I have these guys, and I'm going to have to glue this one down directly, I think. You know? And then, oh, maybe I'll put it over to the side a little bit so you can see the little toadstools in the background. That's cute. And then these guys, what's so kind of a bummer is I wish they were the other way. You know what I'm saying? I wish they were kind of flourishing the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Aww. Cute stuff like that. Okay, that's kind of what I want to do. Just shove some of these in there. We'll see what happens. Alright. We're going to stick this down really well. If you want to pop dot it, go ahead. I just want it to be nice and secure because people are clearly going to be opening in the little door, you know. This happened the other day too. A big old loop just kind of comes out. Let me put it there. Just gonna put that right there. I haven't pushed it down quite yet because I want that to help me hold on to my flourishes. You can also glue down the flourishes completely. I'm just kind of want to use the glue to help me do that, but they're already sticking right down. Right there, maybe. I might glue down a little bit on the back there. And oh, I think that's cute. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue to these guys. I kind of like leaving it doing its own thing, but you know, you want it to be secure. So I'm gonna put some glue down here and maybe leave some of it sticking out. Oopsie. And then maybe the small green one I'll put on the sign inside. Something like that. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more glue on the little back sides, wait for it to dry a little bit, and then we'll finish up the card. Okay, let's finish this baby up. And I like the way I just put a bunch of stuff on top to kind of hold the flourishes down. Because like I said, I want to leave some up, some doing whatever they're doing. And then whenever whoever gets your card, I don't really want to mess with this, but I'm gonna end up gluing this down completely. Okay. Because once you start messing with it, obviously you want it nice and taut, I think, for the person who's going to open it. But obviously I'm just here at home, so I will open it. And it has little fairies in there. You can do lots of different things in here. That was just a quick, simple little thing. And then when they open it up, it can sit there all adorable. Now, if you had another sentiment that you want to say, like, you know, something cute, sparkly, whatever, that has a lot of toppers in there, I would just add it like in here, you know, to get something else in this area. And I'm not going to put any of that right now because maybe I'll end up saying this out to someone. Who knows? I can put it then. And then this is going to be our stopper, hopefully. So I'm assuming those two little pieces will hold it back. So we need a good amount of foam on this. Now, let me see. I really like the Craftsman Pan foam, guys. These foams, well, this is tiny. This stuff is like, I don't know if you can see, it is super duper small. But I have some other pads from there. So I buy them in kits, so like it's just whatever comes with it, it's there. I'm just trying to see what I have here. Do I have some bigger pieces? Oh, these are tiny too. No, I want big boys. We'll use these. I really like square foam better too. I mean, you use up the whole thing instead of like this circular pad where it's like a lot of a waste. But you can always cut these too. I don't let any of this go to waste. I'll use it anywhere, wherever. Maybe I'm gonna need a couple little guys too. Let me take the backs off of this before I move on. Oh, you can also use like a pokey tool or anything like that. I keep poking myself with this thing today. Ay. Sorry. These are part of videos I always dread when people have to take the stuff off. I should have had it ready, but I wanted to show you what I was going to do. I do want a piece right here because I'm going to use this as part of the stopper, so I want it to be very sturdy. And a couple other pieces. I don't think I'll put any on the stick, which is weird, but it's kind of in that area that I die cut, so I don't want to put anything sticky there. But if it ends up that I can put one in, I'll just kind of shimmy one under there. But for now, I'm not going to put any there. Come on, little paper. All right. So when I pick this up, oh, it's so cute. This is so cute. Again, you can leave it just like this, but I did want to do a little bit sideways. And how far back? Like there. So we have that piece in there, keeping it sturdy, and lots of other thing. And there's no problem holding that back. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, if I can get this thing in here, I might include that somewhere. Aww. Cute. Okay, if I can stick this on here, I will. And that's it, guys. So hopefully you liked the tutorial. I know there was a lot going on, but I did want to try out a lot of the different items that I didn't try out last time. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.